Hey everybody, let's talk about how to set up your chemistry notebook for the year. It's very important to be able to have all the documents that we deal with in one place so that you can study for the exams that we'll be having throughout the year. So to aid with that, your chemistry notebook will be something that you're going to want to dedicate just to chemistry class. So make sure you label it as a chemistry notebook, make sure your name is on there, first and last name, and potentially also period and teacher on there as well. So let's get into what you're going to do with the chemistry notebook. The first thing that's most important is you're going to keep track of what's in there, which means you need to set up a table of contents. Here's a typewritten version of what's in there, in case it's easier to see. But the table of contents will tell you where everything goes, and as you add to it, you'll add to the table of contents so you accurately keep track of where everything is. So for the table of contents, make sure that you write table of contents on this first page that's available, not here, but not a pocket thing like this, but rather a first actual page for writing. Write table of contents on there, and then put a dividing line down the middle, because what I'm going to do to get the most out of this, I'm going to fill this whole thing up, and then when it's full, I'll come to the next line, and I'll get twice as much use out of the same page. And that's how it's going to be on the first page, and then flipping it over, do the same thing on the second page, and the same thing on the third page, because pages 1 through 3 are for the table of contents. And then you'll want to copy down the contents of the table of contents. Maybe that makes it a little easier to see. You can always pause in order to get a longer look at it. But once you've done that, the next thing will be to number the pages through at least 19, though we'll go to roughly page 150 over the course of the school year. So numbering the pages, it can be in the top right corner, it can be in the bottom right corner, like here I chose to do it here for this example, either is fine. But you're going to want to number 1 through 19. So this is page 1, flipping it over, the back side of this same sheet of paper, this is page 2, and then the next piece of paper is page 3, and then the back side of that same piece of paper would be page 4, as you can more or less see under the example I put here. So this would be page 4, page 5, etc. Go ahead and number up through page 19, at least, if not beyond. And then once you've done that, the next thing is to put each of these in the place where it goes. So 1 through 3 should be the table of contents. That's why I've got nothing in here, so that it can be filled in later. And then each of these pages, you need to make sure you put the correct thing in there and make sure that what's actually on page 4 matches what you claim is on page 4. So your advice from chemistry students, at least as of the time of filming the video, this is the most current version of that document. And I've taped it in there. Now, because it's a double-sided document, here's what I did. I taped that document, and I put tape on the sides so that that document can flip over and I can see both sides of it. You're going to want to do the same. Anytime you have a double-sided document, make sure you tape it like this with tape on the side. It can be either side, whatever works better. I put it on this side so it doesn't get stuck in the spirals. But it allows you to make sure that you can see both sides of it. And the way I did that, by the way, here's the tape dispenser. I took the page, set the piece of tape right here on the side so half of it's hanging over the edge, and then simply wrapped it around to the other side. And then I did one little piece of tape here, one little piece of tape here, and with that, this page is securely attached and will not be falling out or getting lost. So all double-sided pages you want to tape on the side, not on the top, not on the bottom, one of the sides, tape on one of the sides. So this is what goes on page 4, advice from chemistry students. Page 5 says equipment identification sheet. Some years you may get it as a single-sided full sheet, some years you may get it as a double-sided half sheet. This is the double-sided half sheet version. I put a piece of tape on the side so that I can flip it over and see both sides. If you get a single-sided full sheet, you can fold it to make it look like this. Page 6, according to the contents, is classroom policies for chemistry, aka the syllabus. So again, I taped it on the side, and since tape here gets stuck in the spirals, I put it on this side, 2 little pieces of tape to allow it to be attached like this. Always tape on the side, never on the top, never on the bottom. Page number 7, homework checklist, looks like this. Because it's a single-sided half sheet, I decided to just put tape on both sides at once because I don't need to see the back because it's single-sided. Page number 8 is the reference sheet, the unit conversion reference sheet. It is single-sided, so I taped it down on multiple sides in order to make sure it's very securely attached. Page number 9, a single-sided half sheet periodic table. So I just put tape on there, I guess top and bottom, because the fact that I don't need to see the back because it's blank. Page number 10, according to your table of contents, is the list and worksheet elements to memorize. There it is. Both sides are important, so I made sure to tape it on the side. Again, it doesn't matter which side, but tape it on the side so that I can access both sides of this paper. Page 11 is the list and worksheet polyatomic ions to memorize. And it too is double-sided, therefore it too is taped on the sides so I can access both sides and see them right side up. Again, I could have taped it on this side, it wouldn't matter as long as it's taped on the side and not on the top and not on the bottom. Page number 12 is the Science Lab Safety Rules, aka the safety contract. So it doesn't really matter which side's facing up, just make sure you tape on the side and not on the front, and that's where you'll have both sides visible of that. And then page 13, it says safety packet in the table of contents. Safety packet refers to this. So make sure this is on page 13. Now, because it's a stapled packet, how did I handle it? I could have tried to squeeze some tape here at the risk of it getting stuck in the spirals. I could have squeezed some tape here and have the pages be able to flip up like this. But what I decided to do instead is tape my packet, move this first page out of the side. This is the back bottom page, and this one I taped to the paper here on the side so it wouldn't get stuck in the spirals, and it allows it to be firmly attached to the page. And then when I'm done with it, I can just set it in there all nice and gently, and it stays securely inside the notebook. So that's a good way to do it. All right, so that takes you up to page, let's see, what was that, page 13. And then after that, page 14 and beyond is documents that will be handed out later, so it's not necessary to set it up at this particular time. And with that, that's how you set up your chemistry notebook to start off the year right. Thanks for watching.